Welcome everybody to the final table of Flight J of the $500 Mega Mystery Bounty No Limit Hold'em event. This is the last flight in this Mega Mystery multi-flight event. 334 total entries so far. Or to finalize it out. And the prize pool, $147,000. This flight drew 40 entries. We're going to be bagging 4 players heading to day 2 out of this flight. We're down to the final 8 players here. The flight earlier today, the 1 p.m., drew 50 entries. 5 players bagged that out of that flight, and I actually bagged as well. We'll talk about my play there, how I turned a max late reg into a bag. But we're going to give you guys full coverage here, talk a little bit about tomorrow. Super excited to be doing the stream and getting you guys on here. Hold on just a second.
Short, dark, black hair.
Dark black hair, long. She's very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Shannon.
How did you just nail that?
Because I'm good. I know all the girls and I have the memory.
Just getting TV set up and some odds and ends on my end that didn't get set up properly. My fault. But glad you guys are with us here. Rusty is the chip leader at the final table with over 370,000 chips to start the hand. Rusty vying for the overall chip lead bonus. He just needs to bag 184,000 chips to achieve that. And he's well on his way to potentially bagging that much with him taking down this pot here. He's over 400,000 chips, so if he were to bag that amount here tonight, it's going to not only give him the chip lead bonus of $5,000, but also give him the best chip stack heading into day 2. Over 200 big blinds if he were to do that. So tomorrow players are coming back to 2,000, 3,000, 3,000. James opening to 7,000. Funny enough, we are on 2K, 3K, 3K right now. James opens to 7. And Preston, Embry, all in 45,000 chips. And James snap calls. Preston with the kings, king of spades, king of hearts, and James jacks.
45.
A little bit of cooler here. James still healthy if he were to lose this hand, but Preston at risk with the kings. James calling for a jack. Queen 6 deuce, 2 clubs. James does have backdoor club outs. He does pick up one of the clubs. Can he pick up another club or a jack?
There it is!
Oh, the 5 of diamonds. Preston going, trying to reverse jinx himself, I guess.
I don't get hands.
Somebody.
I gotta make you
334 entries in this $500 Mega Mystery Bounty, folks. Unbelievable turnout. Blew through the guarantee. Another guarantee over $100,000 in the Triangle Poker Tour. This one reaching over 147,000. Through flights this whole week. Preston now opening the 10,000. Jim Wyatt, who also bagged the Tilted River Social flight last night here, going for his second bag. Akila going for her second bag as well. And Rusty not only going for his second bag, but also trying to lock up the chip lead bonus. This flop, Jack 10-9, 3 diamonds. Akila open jamming. Looks to be about 70K. Preston flashes the camera. Nikila gonna take it down.
Rusty. No wonder.
Players are going to be coming back so deep tomorrow. It is not only coming back at 2-3-3 blinds, but it's 40-minute levels on day 2. So a lot of play, but with the mystery bounty envelopes in play, players are certainly going to be opening up wide and definitely attacking any smaller stack than theirs at the at the tables tomorrow. So should still kind of speed up a little bit of play, at least until the final table. It's going to be super exciting though. We've made the envelopes super special for you guys. I can't wait for you guys to see them tomorrow. We're going to be live streaming all of day 2 on YouTube tomorrow.
Wow.
Players are going to not only be able to walk up to basically a see-through barrel that they can roll like a drum and pick out their envelope. It's going to be super special. This is our 3rd mystery bounty tournament that we've ever hosted. Last year in the fall we hosted the same event and drew a big turnout there. Bounties on day 2 are going to range from $500 to $10,000. Pete opens to 15K here, and Preston announces all in. Preston and Pete, both from Greensboro area, traveled here to compete with us. Triangle Poker Tour, drawing players from all over, and Pete does call. We have another big all-in. Ace King of Diamonds for Preston, Ace King of Hearts for Pete.
Oh boy.
Short of all diamond, all red heart flop. So this is going to be a chop here.
Alright, here we go, guys.
Flop. Queen 7 deuce, 1 diamond though. Rainbow. And it is going to be a chop with the 3 of hearts on the turn. Both players loving seeing ace king suited and hoping the other one had ace queen, but both. It's not often you see ace king versus ace king suited. Folks, if you are watching on YouTube, appreciate you. Like this stream and subscribe. You can follow us. The updated name now, Triangle Poker Tour on YouTube. It might still come up as Gabe Ramos TPT, but I've updated the official name to Triangle Poker Tour.
Jack.
No, very dominant.
James Limps
Send the Jack.
and Rusty in the big line.
King.
Looks like he is going to take a little more of aggressive stance here. 15,000. I think he,
And the 9-10 jack.
my fear, as he shows queens, so he did have an actual big hand there, but my fear, given how I watched Rusty play the other day as the big stack at the table, he was not that aggressive. And what happens when the big stack is not as aggressive, some of these final tables can take a little longer, especially when the bigger stacks start limping or not putting pressure on the other medium stack players. And that's exactly what happened earlier today in the flight right before this one. I was coming into the final table, I was probably 2nd or 3rd in chips, and Dominique Dunn was 1st in chips to my left. If I wasn't opening, Dominique was for sure. So like it definitely put a lot more pressure on some of the other medium stacks that forced them to play more hands, starting to try to play back at us. And what that does, it just leads to more collisions, and the final tables just move a little faster and stuff, right? But on top of that too, like Dominique, whenever I opened, given that Dominique was a bigger stack on me, he 3-bet me a lot to put pressure on me. So like he was very aware of that concept, that like I was opening wide, but also, you know, that I'm a medium stack and like I don't want to bust before the short stacks. So he was 3-betting me a lot more. He was He definitely three bet me.
Good thing you
Like-
weren't looking at something, you know, a little
I know.
He three bet me to like he three bet me
Wow.
probably like
3-3.
I said about like 8 to 9 times at that final table, and I just let him have each and every single one of them. But that final table definitely played a lot faster than the other ones,
Yeah.
and it was because of that, you know.
Yeah, just like that. But it was like right over top.
So-
this dude's like
What's he
surfing.
Back to this event, Aquila opening to 10,000.
It's
Seriously.
like yeah, it's
Going,
over
right?
freaking
Playing for $100,000.
Yeah, what am I doing later?
Which one am
He
I
just-
calling later?
Rusty here. Aquila definitely the second shortest stack at the final table. Rusty just folding here. Rusty could see everything, especially on the button here for sure at his stack depth. He could definitely be calling 2.5 big blinds with like pretty much any playable cards and putting pressure on Aquila post flop at that stack depth.
It's actually not.
One of the interesting things that
Hand up and get her in. The most famous
You don't get to
massage
see
ever.
their cards.
Yeah.
You're cutting her head
That
off.
would be cool.
Watch it when
She's like, "Sit in there."
I was like, you're gonna send those to Juliana.
one of the interesting concepts from earlier's tournament was that Dominique Dunn was chasing not only his second bag, but also had a chance to chase the chip leader bonus. Dominique Dunn was already coming in to that flight with having already bagged over 400,000 in his first 2 combined stacks. I think he bagged like, let's say, 330 or so in one flight, and then like 70 in another flight. And so he had over 400,000 already, which heading into day 2, that's over 100 big blinds already. So given that he made the final table as the chip leader, he really should have gone for it in the sense of like really trying to build a big stack and try to go for the chip lead at all costs, because not only was that chip lead bonus 5K like plus, right? Like if getting 5K out of the prize pool is almost like a final table payout, right? So that was important, but also it would have been his third bag. So it's really like he was really playing for like a 7K bonus. And he did end up bagging, so he did get the 2K bonus, but he actually missed the chip lead bonus by 40,000 chips. And that was simply because I think he just let me have it a little too much. Like if I opened, like if you guys go watch the Facebook live stream, he didn't 3-bet me that much. And he really could have been 3-betting me like almost every single time that I opened, because the times that, let's say, like he said to me like, oh, at some point you're gonna wake up to it, and yeah, I could have wake up to it and I would have reshoved on him, but then he could have just folded comfortably. But like maybe like 4 out of 5 times he gets me to fold, because like I'm like third or fourth in chip, like I'm like second or third in chips, and I don't want to bust before the short stacks. So he should have 3-bet me more and been more aggressive to try to go for the chip lead bonus at all costs, because even if he busted in trying to get it, it was worth it, because like he'd still have over 100 big blinds heading into day 2, even if he didn't bag, and he would have been fine either way, right? So there was another interesting hand where he had opened, it was like literally when we were on the actual stone bag bubble, so it was like he like really desperately needed to get chips, and basically he opened and Dave Browning 3-bet him to like 60,000, and Dave Browning was sitting on like 250-ish or so, and the 2 shortest stacks, Santosh and Dan Morales, had like sub 100K on the blinds, were 510 10, so they had like sub 10 bigs, and Dominique opened to like 2.5 bigs, and Dave Browning basically made it like 55 or 60,000, and Dominique really could have gone all in on Dave. Like he could have like 4-bet him all in, and Dave like would have had to like fold pretty much everything but aces or kings, and Dominique opted to fold. But like if he would have just like went all in there, he may have like just taken down that pot and secured the chip lead bonus, and And so like the risk was worth the reward in a sense, right? Like if Dave claimed that he had ace king and that he would have called, but like we don't know if he would have, like in the actual moment, like if he like facing that decision, like Dave might have actually thought about it and folded. Like a lot of times when people like take down a hand, they're like, I would have called you, you know, like, but like that's easy to say, but like in the moment, like Dave might have actually folded. So the risk was worth the reward of Dominique for betting all in and risking that Dave calls for him to win that extra 50K, like 55 or 60K from Dave, and like really securing that chip lead. So that's my thoughts on that final table there. But it was exciting. Like I ended up getting on like a little bit of a roller coaster there. I entered that final table with like 280,000 chips.
It's super cool right
Oh
now.
yeah. I
And-
told you that.
Cooler than the
280,000 chips, but went down as low as like 120 and then chipped up and actually knocked Santosh out on the bag bubble. He jammed the small blind. I woke up to like ace 9 or ace 8, I think, and I called off and he had like jack 9, and I like the flop, like I flopped like trip aces and it was over.
Beastie Boys.
I maxed late reg that event. I bought in at the very last moment, came in for 30,000. The blinds were 1,000, 15, 15.
I think it's
And my intention in those instances is literally just like play really sound, like 20 big blind shove strategy. So like I'm really looking for a spot where like somebody like, where I can like, you know, either a couple people limp or, and they're just like on their phone and they just like limp, or they're not really paying attention and they limp. And then I can either squeeze like a really like decent range that like they're probably not going to call because they would have opened themselves, or a spot where like it falls to me and I have like, you know, like ace queen or ace king or pairs, and I can either jam or and obviously, you know, you also hope to kind of wake up to kings or aces or queens and stuff like that, right? Basically, none of that really happened. I was kind of like floating around starting stack, and then it just like I had this hand where was able to like complete the small blind, and we went 4 ways to the flop, and I had ace 9, and the flop came ace 9 3 2 diamonds, and I went all in on the flop, and Victor called me next to act from the big blind, and the other 2 guys folded, and he had like king blank 2 diamonds, so he just like called off with the king 9 flush draw, and I held with top 2 pair, so I went from like 30K to 60K. This hand here, Rusty had raised to 10K, Pete called to 10K, and Preston 3-bet to 34, and it's back to Pete to see if he calls, and looks like he's gonna fold ace queen face up. Wow. And Preston shows 10s.
That's a good song.
That's interesting. Especially with Rusty opening the 10K. He certainly could have 3-bet Rusty, who's going to be opening a lot wider. But hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Definitely got to talk a little more about the previous flight and give you guys some strategy, which I love to talk about. I love talking about final table play and how to work through things like that. So yeah, in that flat, I went up to like 60K after that hand. I can't really remember how else I really chipped up. I got up to like 140, and then I witnessed quite possibly the worst beat I've ever seen in my entire life at a live table. Basically, like on a flop of 5-3 deuce rainbow. 5-3 deuce rainbow. I wasn't in the hand, but it was John Garner and Eugene Davis. Eugene had ace 4 for a wheel on a 5-3 deuce rainbow board, and John Garner called his all in, and it was significant. It was like an over 100K pot, right? Like if Eugene wins that pot, he's like back in it and he's gonna make a run. And John Garner called with pocket 4s, so he basically just had like chop outs or runner outs, right? So like he goes runner 4 deuce for a full house, 4s full deuces, and it was like so, like that's just so disgusting. And Eugene was just left flabbergasted and out. such a nice guy, and you know, that was crazy. But like literally, like within 2 hands, they're like literally. So John like chipped up big, and I was sitting on 140, and I think the blinds were like 233, and I woke up to queens under the gun, and I'm open to 8K, and it falls around to John Garner in the big blind, who just jams, and I snap with the queens, and John Garner has ace king, and I like run out a queen. I run out clean and double up, and I actually eliminate John Garner, who's actually a very, very tough, sticky player, right? Like he's calling all big blinds. He's like limping weird spots. He's like raising, you know, and then calling wide. So like, you know, he's not somebody you really want to like have chips and be at your table. So that was like, and that, you know, that's a testament to his play, and like, you know, like some people just have like weird characteristics that like make them strong players, or that you have to like be careful against. And so it was nice to knock him out, and then I was like basically from there over 200,000 and like right like over like just at the final table, and that felt really good.
Oh, slots.
You win the jackpot. All in?
Rusty putting pressure on Akila and Kate by shoving all in on the big blind, so he's definitely taking a different approach this tournament.
Not real. Like he dominates.
Wow.
That's how you.
82.
Yeah.
So you win 77.
Well, yeah. And then you get more slots.
I'll go more toward this one. I mean, yeah, up more of this way. Oh yeah.
Okay. Lucky, lucky. Lucky Corona.
Trey, who bagged the other day, coming a dapper Rusty. Lucky Corona. Hey Trey, you want to leave me this?
Lucky Corona earlier.
It looks good.
You ordered that?
Looks
That's
good.
how you
No,
got
it's
all
real
the
good.
chips.
Oh, tell him to put it on next door.
I will ask him.
I
Yeah.
had it brewing in the freezer.
Players in the cash game love watching the stream on YouTube. You can watch it in high definition on your TV, folks. It's super nice to be able to watch a horizontal stream. These YouTube streams, super fun to do. Jim Wyatt, Limpton, Jerry Robinson, sighting player in the Triangle Poker Tour, just all in, over 23,000 here. Jerry Robinson has made deep runs in the last few multi-flights, and this one he has not bagged yet, so at risk of not bagging. Let's see. I'm going to see Jim stack.
I just want to see hot.
Yeah, make sure he sees the peanut.
Don't forget.
Today, folks, we had the
Is that the nuts?
$50 satellite to get into this
That's okay.
event where a few people satellited in.
That's a sign.
Then we had flight I guess, right before this. At 1 p.m. We had the 1 p.m. flight, and then this flight here. So 3 tournaments in one day, and hosting multiple tournaments in one day now. Very like it's not like it's like a usual thing now with the TPT, right? We've been doing that now for close to over a year, and I look back on when I first told everybody that like we're going to try to pull off 2 tournaments in a day. I remember like making a Facebook story right after it, and kind of being really just excited that to have been able to kind of pull it off, and now we consistently pull off multiple tournaments in one day, like pretty seamlessly. I've gotten a lot better at organizing them, and it's obviously thanks to the way Miranda manages these events, but of course the staff is just incredible. Like everybody's just so like you know good at what they do and thoughtful of like what they need to be taken care of. And Darshak, what's up?
Matching.
You came, my friend.
Yes. I came
What
to
time did you leave this morning?
7:30.
7:30 a.m. Last night's a Friday night cash game went till 10 o'clock in the morning,
Did you go to Disney World yet?
and we had to be up. We had to be here right back at noon. Well, Miranda
Well,
didn't
just
work
enough for the
yesterday, but
flights.
I did, and
First class though, my
First class.
You giving Disney trips away?
I've been given Disney trips, first class flights, dinners,
for what exactly?
cash game.
Yesterday, cash
I
game.
got him
He's
a
being
couple
false
trips to
right
Disney World.
Oh,
He said only for the flights.
Mr. James opening to 15,000. It's cool to see Mr. James, typically a cash game player. I love when Mr. James decides to dabble in the tournament scenes. And it usually means that the tournaments are pretty good. He's usually one that likes to chase the big prize pool, so it means we're doing something right if Mr. James is playing an event. So yeah, Dominique Dunn, the only player in the entire field to have bagged 3 times. So he'll receive a $2,000 bonus. And then the chip lead bonus still left to be decided, obviously. Rusty, a big favorite to get it. Just has to find a bag over 184,000 chips. Can he do it? It looks like he's definitely taking a more aggressive approach this tournament and not just waiting around and taking down some blinds pre-flop here. Just trying to make sure he's locked it up. Chip lead bonuses are exciting. I think it's definitely the most exciting aspect to these multi-flights is who's going to get the chip lead bonus. A lot of people super close to doing it on just one bullet. Obviously, getting 2 bags really helps, but I remember max late wedging. I think it was 2 multi-flights ago, or the one, not the PLO, but the one before that, the main event. I max late wedged at Tilted River Social and bagged literally second in chips. So I still think that there's a lot of value in only taking 1 bullet and bagging. Obviously, you have to, whether there is a multi-bag bonus or not, or whatever it is, you still have to find a bag. So like that's obviously the first concern there is before worrying about like where money is going from the prize pool or whatnot. The first concern should always be just to find a bag. And that's just difficult to do regardless, but even then, like when you do find a bag, like, ooh, this hand 10-7-9 2 spades. Aquila check rates on 10-7-9 2 spades and gets called by Jim Wyatt, who has ace-3 of spades. Aquila has jack-9 for a pair of 9 and a gut shot. Turn 5 of spades, and that is going to do it for Aquila. 8th place finish, 6 of hearts on the river. Aquila eliminated in 8th. She's still in day 2 tomorrow, but just more of a middle of the stack. She still has over 300,000 chips, so not too much to be disappointed. Just she was likely hoping to chase the chip lead bonus or add on to her stack and could not do it. So we're down to 7 players. This final tables usually start with 9, but we actually lost an extra player, JB Wells, before the final table started. JB Wells actually finished main event of the Cherokee circuit, the last stop, in 2nd place. So this TPT drawing great players, and not only drawing great players, developing the players that are playing consistently on a regular basis are just improving tremendously. Jim Wyatt definitely one of them who has gone out and won a circuit ring from not competing in, mainly competing in Triangle Poker Tour tournaments, I remember that same stop, Honesty went off and won a ring as well. So super proud of the players in our Triangle Poker Tour, just developing this final table skills and playing our tournaments out. Sandy here, Preston, open at 15, Jim called, Mr. James called in the big blind, Rusty limped.
So you're gonna see that.
First act, pretty strange, and that's sort of what I was talking about the other day. Rusty does implement these sort of limping strategy off a big stack, which I don't recommend at all. Like, you just want to be pressuring the other stacks, even if they raise you, just like fold and let them have it. But there's definitely more, value from a big stack opening than just like limping. 4 to the flop, Rusty did call, so 3 of spades, Jack 6 of hearts. So James first act.
1 year in Vegas for Venetian, you only give you like, they'll give you
Mr. James double fisting all in.
It's like a comp.
Over bet of the flat here.
So I had 3 $100.
Spot only 60,000, 70,000, 64,000 chips, and James looks to have bet about 90 or so, maybe even 100.
I'm literally like on the phone. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah, 105.
Put it on. I'm on the phone.
Jack 6-3, 2 hearts.
She spins it.
Rusty next act in the tank.
Red seven?
No. She loud pushes the chips back. So show me can put these chips on the
As it's been.
you know the rest of this.
Yeah. She could have given up to move the camera. Did you win?
Oh, you were going to cook them probably not.
Well, and Rusty, he knows that if you were to call off 100 here and lose, it could kind of still derail his chances of potentially bagging chip lead. That is Rusty's most important priority. So if he were to lose this hand, he would go down to about 250, which kind of puts him in a little bit of a danger zone, 7-handed, in case he were to run bad after that, because he does need to bag 184 to bag chip lead. I suspect Rusty will let this one go, but we'll see. He does. He does fold, and Preston does call here. Preston calls quickly, so James and Preston all in. Pocket aces for Preston. King Jack of clubs for James. James attacking that pot with the top pair. Ken aces holds it, and a king on the turn. Wow! And Preston off his chair, a jack on the river to boot, and James goes running full house. And Preston eliminated.
Every time.
Unbelievable with aces.
Oh my God.
Mr. James.
Every time. Wow.
James even says, wow, folks.
Wow, he's out? Or just wow?
That was certainly a wowie zowie one,
Wow,
but
he's out as well.
I try to pull him out once in a while, you know,
Yeah, you don't know.
but gotta just come out and flow.
You wrong. You wrong, buddy.
Huh?
You raised.
I raised, I thought.
I'm so why?
Go up. Hey.
Thanks, Preston.
What are you thinking about? You got
Mr. James just comes stabbing at that board with the king jack.
you got wild.
That's tough to do, folks. I think that's a really tough. Like, I think a lot of players do that, like where like someone else had raised pre-flop and it is multi-way, and you flop top pair with like queen jack or king jack.
Like 100.
when we get, like, when the payouts start.
You need to be a little more careful there, right? Because the pre-flop raiser in position or middle position could still potentially.
You had a dead small last hand?
I think so,
That's correct.
but I'm never
That's
sure.
this hand?
That's what I think.
Yeah,
Just wanna make sure.
it was a dead small last.
It's small.
People, when do the payouts?
It was
like,
so
when-
long
When do
ago.
payouts start?
Yeah.
The payouts start at 5.
Okay.
Okay, so,
Fifth,
okay, so
yeah,
the
fifth gets 500.
bag bubble gets
Mm.
and what, how much do they get?
500.
Okay.
James went from the down. He called.
Oh, it was.
Too late now, anyway.
A moment ago, you could.
All in.
Jay Robinson all in.
Let me see.
Rusty limp here again.
One moment. There's 27.
I have to call, buddy.
Okay.
And Rusty does call. Ace king for Jerry. Pocket sixes for Rusty. Coin flip here. Can Jerry hit ace or a king or some sort of Broadway flop? Ace 9 deuce. So big flop for Jerry here. Takes a stranglehold on the hand. Turn deuce. There's the board. River 9. That looked like that
I know,
9.
really did.
Relate together.
And Rusty
My
Yeah.
paying Jerry off, and he doubles up.
fast friend.
Down to 6 players here. Fifth guaranteed, 500. So we are on the money bubble.
Yeah, that's why. Nãy cũng call gọi từ cây nữa.
4 players bagging out of this flight, folks. 334 total entries. Huge turnout for the Mega Mystery Bounty. We appreciate the support of everyone in the Triangle Poker Tour. We'll be releasing the schedule for October this week. You guys can enjoy that. There are some exciting events in there. For sure, this Monday we will have a $200 big stack on the Hold'em event.
Could you
So
turn that and we'll double sweat it with the delay.
Sign each.
There we go. Look, it turned it over.
Watch out! Watch out now! It's like
players watching
That's right there. You can see
themselves
our
play on the stream on
oh,
delay.
it's in half.
So super exciting to have it on. They're definitely watching in the cash room as well. Super cool. But yeah, that hand with James is just tough. Tough to lead out there. I think you're better off just checking with the king jack there. Maybe potentially letting the pre-flop aggressor stab at it as well, and you just check call. But worked out for James there. Also, it also just protects you from times that the player actually has like an overpair like kings or queens. It doesn't bloat the pot even more and allows them to jam just like Preston did, and you just get caught up out there.
You or die.
What are you gonna do?
A lot of exciting players in tomorrow's day too. Chris Carey, Rusty obviously, Tyler Spa seems to always be in the day twos at the top of the chip counts. James raising here, a little bit hefty raise there, 6x raise pre-flop. Don't see that often, and that's exactly the kind of raise sizes you might expect from someone that doesn't play many tournaments but is more comfortable in cash game settings. Obviously in cash you can just pretty much open to whatever players are willing to call, and tournaments you want to be a little more chip preservation minded. So obviously in a 244 level you're likely going to get the same effect, which is the same desired effect, which is the blinds folding when you make it 10,000 versus like 24, but now you're potentially saving that extra difference the times that you do get re-raised. So that's the reasoning for potentially opting to raise a smaller amount as well. But plus it allows you to do it more often without having to invest as many chips. Jack, 6 deuce deuce rainbow board here.
Go back 4 people.
4 players bagging. What's up, Akila?
Lorraine asked me to ask you if you would approve 10.
Yeah,
for Ashley.
we do.
Okay.
Jim Wyatt bet out 5,000 and Mr. James raised to 19,000 here. Jim's gonna call here, so big turn, 6 deuce deuce rainbow.
What's up?
Turn 10 of hearts.
Blinds will go up next hand.
Mr. James is carving out more betting chips here. Will he put it out? He does. Slides it out there. Looks like to be about 28,000. Jim's gonna let it go this time.
Blinds good, blinds up.
What a run out for James against the aces. I mean, that's just a miracle king on the turn and jack to boot on the river. Great feeling to hit. Running full house at the final table. Cherry and Rusty. Cheering's
Hey, I
cheering
You're my boy.
their Corona beers.
You stalking him?
5. Yeah, he said.
It's like I'm following you.
He said. We've been. What did
I'm
he say?
so
We've been
excited
spending
to
more time together than-
do the live stream
than
tomorrow
kids
for
or
day
something.
2, folks. So
Oh, yeah.
hopefully
Yesterday you said
catch
that.
me doing a live stream of every hand on Facebook, and then also doing the YouTube live stream with the entire room and the mystery bounties when they are open. We're definitely thrilled to give you every mystery bounty. We want it live streamed, so look forward to that. Kate opened to 13,000 and Pete shoved all in. Kate's gonna let it go.
One more for me, Jay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother.
5.
Limping here. Jerry gonna complete the small blind, and Kate checking her option in 3 ways to the flop. 4, 6, deuce, 2 spades. Pete betting out 2 big blinds here. Takes it down.
That's supposed to be our flop, man.
Hey, Jay.
That sounds pretty good.
It's pretty pronounced.
Yeah.
It's true.
5.
Primos.
Primos.
Yeah, it's 22.
Thought you were talking about my head, yesterday, but.
Oh, no. No, say cousins.
Yeah, I know.
May I have a coconut water, please?
What?
Can I have a coconut water, please?
Can I have
Joey
one too,
Jr.
please? Yes.
When are we gonna get some Joey Jr. action on YouTube, man?
I've never had the,
You've never had the pleasure of
the opportunity to step up.
yeah,
Every time I see you, you're at a final table. Every time.
players.
We need a
The
Bobby
fans,
Jr.,
the fans
Joey
are,
Jr., and Jerry Jr.
the fans are hoping to get some Joey Jr. action on YouTube.
Well, he finished second like 4 straight tournaments. Was he not on YouTube on that?
More straight, yeah.
But for commentary, Joey does good commentary.
I think 4 straight. Huh?
Yeah, it was, I did
I could actually get both our mics
You
like
did right
hooked.
now?
I can get both our mics hooked up at the same time, and we can like basically be chatting at the same time.
yeah.
We should do that one time.
Like,
But you want to be in the back booth,
What?
like the booth.
Oh, we could just stand here and
Yeah,
talk
me
about
one,
it.
and we'll sweat some cards. And then she'll be like,
Sounds. It's gonna be like you're kind of like that first baseman with the mic, or like the football player that gets mic'd up. Okay, gonna open a 16 here. After Pete limped. Folks, tomorrow there is another TPT event at 4 o'clock, a 200 no limit hold'em. So if you didn't get to make day 2, or you're looking to play tomorrow, a single day event, 200 hold'em, 4 o'clock at Tilted River Social. It's gonna be a big turnout for that, as well as people bust out of the mystery bounty. Pete's all in on this ace 7 queen board, 2 clubs. Kate wants a count.
one
111. Okay, not thrilled about it, but and she is gonna call. Pete's gonna turn over King 10 of clubs and ace 10 for Kate, currently in the lead. Pete's gonna need a gut shot to the Broadway or a club here. Turn Queen of Spades. River 6 of diamonds, and that's it. Pete, thanks for playing, my man.
Good game.
And Kate chipping up big here. Over 250,000 after that hand. Down to 5 players now. All 5 guaranteed. The min payout of 500. We are on the official bag bubble, folks. This close, 334 total entries in this event. 147,000 in the prize pool. Who's gonna bag heading into day 2?
Hey, they put it in the middle. Yeah, this is.
Let's get a little closer to the action here.
Nice sweat.
Yeah,
He had the world.
he had the world. I was sweating bullets over here.
Got Jim Wyatt to our left here, so keep that in mind. But have to
It's,
kind of catch this view as well. Just player view.
For sure.
Jim. I'll raise to 30,000 on Rusty's limp. And Rusty letting him have it. And don't get me wrong, folks, this is still basically bubble play for Rusty, so he definitely could be taking advantage of this blind level, his stack advantage, the fact that other players want to be bagging. He should be much more aggressive at this point here, 5-handed, and putting a lot of pressure on the middle stacks, and actually to Rusty's advantage, like, because he's 5-handed, like, and the dynamics that the people want to bag, like, he's going to be able to chip up so much here And this would be Rusty's second bag. So like every chip he gets goes right into his stack tomorrow. And again, tomorrow's coming back to 233. So every hand he takes down right now is 13,000, whereas tomorrow every hand you take down is only 8,000, right? So like Rusty in such a great spot here, and it's actually to Rusty's advantage that Jay stay in the tournament. He wants Jay to not get knocked out. He doesn't want the bubble to burst, in my opinion, right? Rusty, like if I'm in Rusty's stack, like I want to like be, taking, the blinds down when Kate's on the big blind, or 3-betting Kate's opens, or 3-betting James opens. Jim Wyatt opened here, and Jerry went all in with deuces and called by Jim. So Jerry at risk with deuces. Jim Wyatt, pocket queens. This is the bag bubble, folks.
February 22nd.
Good one.
Here we go.
Flop, king 5-4, 2 diamonds. Jerry picks up a 6 of hearts for a gut shot here. And a king on the river. And that is it, folks. Jim Wyatt finds his second bag in the tournament. Rusty has bagged the chip lead bonus officially. Rusty only needed to bag 184,000. Looks like he's bagging over 350 here. Rusty getting a $5,000 chip lead bonus officially, folks. Congratulations, Rusty. Congratulations, Jim, on your second bag. 2 back-to-back days. Amazing, my friend. It's pretty impressive.
Rusty, come here. Give me another minute. Where you going?
Jim going to congratulate Rusty on the bag bonus. These events are super awesome, folks. They are tough. I'm telling you, these bagging is not easy. It is not. And the players, you guys get so much play here in our TPT events. And the way that the leaderboard is structured and the season structured, it makes it so that you guys not only play out tournaments to wins, but even in these multi-flights to find a bag. It gives you guys a lot of experience for when you guys go and travel and play the World Series of Poker, WPT events, and these things like build tough skin, folks. So really appreciate you guys coming along the ride with me in our dream of building the Triangle Poker Tour. Thank you guys. We'll be back tomorrow for day 2 at Tilted River again. Day 2 is going to start at 3 o'clock, coming to you live from there. But we're also going to be having the $200 one-day event. So thank you guys. Really appreciate the love and support. 334 entries, 147,000 in the prize pool. We're signing off.
The world, I know. Oh, I know. Trust me, I was sweating every second of it. I was sweating it hard.
I didn't even want to deal with it.
Well, you did good.